Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever the time is. Welcome back to the Third Age Competitive League with this very special surprise edition of the league tonight. I am here for the Cyndane Qualifiers, and I'm alone in the commentary, so you've just got me to put up with tonight, y'all. But we're here to watch two of the best players from throughout the year, who unfortunately didn't quite make it into the World's roster. One of them will be given a chance to become a great captain tonight and join me, Chris, Robin and Bob in Tarmon Gai'don next week, along with full benefits that come from being a great captain. Now, the top 4 players from throughout the year were invited to this event, that being Santa Happy, Anth, Critter and Jessica, but only Critter and Jessica could actually attend both a qualifier and Tarmon Gai'don itself. So the match tonight is simply a 1v1 between the girls, and I know we're in for an exciting one, folks. I'm not going to waste too much time. We're going to get down to the table for the Cyndane Qualifiers 2022. Shout out everyone in chat, Skeeter and Light Blinded Fool, I see you. Whew, I'm excited for this one, y'all. I think Crit's gonna play Matt and Jessica's gonna play Perrin. That's my off the bat prediction for character picks. But honestly, who knows? Either could go towards Nynaeve. And it looks like Critter is going with Nynaeve. Might throw a wrench in the works of what? I'm just making sure that they have picked before I start deleting the other characters. Yeah, I couldn't tell if they'd just picked those colours to roll. Okay, so it's Nynaeve versus Perrin. The Perrin for Jessica is expected. I think the Nynaeve comes a bit more out of left field, and maybe that's what Critter was hoping for, to sort of surprise, take Jessica off guard a bit here. But yeah, this is going to be a spicy match. Quick check, no Enter the Ways Portal Stone or the Old Blood, so there'll be no powerful unusual cards coming off the bat. Chris, I see you. How's everyone doing tonight? Probably some discards for Nynaeve coming. Probably some for Perrin as well. Hand's not too strong on either heart or either side here. Possibly Coercion might be the only thing that gets kept around. And a Bond Order is going to hit discard power right away. It's the GOAT if you ask Zach. Oh, and a card discarded to Nag as well. Afterwards, leaves Perrin with just a Twisted Ring and a Loose Badger. It's an unfortunate start. Guiding the people on a Smooth Skirts to join the Coercion that Career kept. Smooth Skirts probably going to be a valuable asset at some point in this game, but another enemy to force a discard pile will leave the players on even ground. Probably going to be that Guiding the People that hits the bin here, you have to imagine. Yeah. So we're going to see a fair game here, folks. No powerful early neutral cards, just some actions being ripped from the hands and a slow start out of Emmons Field towards Camelin. flanking picked up for Nynaeve, conscripts for Perrin. Ooh, let me get a poll going. Feels weird being on my own. Because I don't have headphones on as well, so I don't even get the music, never mind another commentator. I need you all in chat to be giving someone for me to talk to, please. I need friends. Trollocs continues the onslaught. Not a single follower flipped over so far. You know the Dark One's pissed when he's trying to crown the Cyndane. He's gonna send all his enemies. Make sure they struggle every step of the way. And there's another one, you know, I just called it. Enemies throwing hands tonight. 4 in a row. This is perfect. Okay, I'll give you 9 knitter, Robin. 9 knitter's good. Pesica is no. That's no. No. And a Talon Ball will be the first follower flipped over. Love to see it. What's Nynaeve gonna find? Will it be a follower or another enemy? Oh, it's another follower. They're getting all the luck now. My job's going to get easier as the game goes on and there's more interesting things to say. Right now we are in the midst of a below average speed early game, and it'll fly back and forth fairly quickly as they start to actually work towards each of their respective tiers and quests. Yeah, when Talon gets cheers, it's a rough start. Yeah, that's a good point. Arengil for Perrin will pick up an Old Blood and a mount up. Not bad, actually. Gonna be able to use that Old Blood when she goes back to Emond's Field. Somewhere Perrin has to go, so definitely gonna want to keep hold of that one. Definitely. Solid value on the leveling front. You start at level 6, you have to get to level 18. Old Blood makes 3 levels. That's 25% of your tier 3 right there. Nynaeve, of course, heading south towards Farmannon. And I have to say that it's unusual for Perrin to go towards Arengil this early, because not building the troops, I mean, usually you go through Farmannon to tier, now you have to go through Haddon Merc. I don't know if there's an end. There's no end to the ways in here. You could get a guide in the people, I guess. There's the scouts too, I guess. So there's some choices, but if you reveal an enemy in tier, you're really going to be set back by that on the troops front. Guiding the people will be the call. Probably going to discard that Twisted Ring. Good hand now for Jessica between the level ups and the movement effects, and yeah, fairly all round solid hand. Career on the other hand struggling a bit more with those military cards. Smooth skirts is nice. Coercion, not doing anything just yet, but could be nice at some point maybe. Someone particular, like a Dorian, comes up perhaps. Smooth skirts are definitely going to be a key factor in this game. I actually wonder if we might see the smooth skirts come out on the Old Blood. 3 levels, like I said, 25%, you know, it's a significant setback at that point. It's not like you can go to Hadamurk to pick up the Old Blood and do it again. By that point you're out of there, so... if it lasts that far, could be an interesting line of play. Correct, we'll have to discard a card here. Probably gonna have to be that practicing the forms. Goes with the conscripts. I guess they're probably comparatively useless, but I don't really dig holding on to level up cards for attributes that I don't have. Sometimes I don't even like holding on to level up cards for attributes I do have. Like if I'm on level 6 Taste of Mire and I draw play in the game, it's gonna get discarded most of the time. Because by that point you can get the levels by playing cards that are worth playing, so like, you know. Level up cards are fantastic when you're trying to get out of that little ditch, but later in the game, the more value they lose. Craig gonna go ahead and flip a Ramshalon in Ebu Dar. We'll have the opportunity to discard it and try again if she likes her odds, but to be honest, I think I'm just taking it with the way that things have been going this game. That will be a recruit. So Nanny's party filling out a bit more out of the two. Not too much action here in the early, just some back and forth. Really hope Jessica doesn't flip an enemy here. And it is an Aerith. It's actually pretty good. Man, if she draws an end to the way as an alien, that'd be nuts. Nanny's probably going to go to alien as well herself this time. Try and find some weaves now that she's tier 1. Bondwall are the only thing so far. Gonna have to draw some more cards from the deck to get those weaves into circulation. Shanghai Pass is way too far to be making that the plan right now. See what she picks up here in just a moment. Gonna have plenty of hand size, of course, and I need that tier 1 already has 7 cards available to her. It's an Arrows of Fire and a Messenger, so it has the ability to play the arrows. Has the ability to play the Messenger. The arrows, while not immediately useful and not particularly useful for leveling up either, is it will be very useful in the long run. What up, Bob? I see you. I see you in the chat. Critter going to get her first point of, sorry, Jessica getting her first point of the game. Picks up a cover the back trail and an eavesdrop, so not perfect enough to get lucky on the end of the ways there. But going back, not necessarily bad. I kind of like moving to farm adding next turn, just because you get an extra troop there, and then mounting up over Camelin. I feel like she's probably going to mount up straight to Camelin, or to Hadamurk, but I prefer going to farm adding, personally. Because it's just good resources for pairing, like 2 troops, coin, you know, and then the extra action card to replace the eavesdrop that you don't need. Could be something. Might be an Into the Ways. I feel like Perrin's a pretty good matchup into Nynaeve generally, because like you have access to fighting dirty, and if you can fight in dirty one of her big weaves, then she'll crumple. And if she does, then there's a Forsaken left on the map, and because you have the Wolf Dream, you can just jump and take the Forsaken after she crumples. So personally in this matchup, if I was Jessica, I'd be building to try and set up a more reactionary playstyle, where I'm waiting for Critter to engage a Forsaken in a fight, stopping her from winning, and then cleaning up afterwards. I think that's probably her best route to victory. Couldn't go wrong with getting a couple of early tier 2 fights as well, to sort of just farm some early points, while Nynaeve doesn't have access to really any fight capability in the mid game portion, sort of like tier 2s, you know, she's not going to be fighting or anything. Perrin can be, and he can earn a lead through that way, so I do definitely like Perrin into Nynaeve. On the other hand, Nynaeve has some options available to her. The new inverted weaves could help if Jessica does decide to go on a more reactionary plan. She just has a lot of power and consistency, and the issue that you can have encountering in a Nynaeve is if she just buries you in the value that she can get from recurring weaves. The fact that she already has an Arrows of Fire means she's off to a great start. If a Call Lightning and a Gateway get introduced at some point, she'll be in a phenomenal position. Then all she needs to do is find one tier 3 weave, and she'll be pretty much ready to keep up with anything that Perrin's able to accomplish of his own accord. Really, the place where we could see this game slow down could be around finding that tier 2 channeler for Nynaeve, because in a 2-player game, not as many tier 2 cards being flipped. Perrin not with too much incentive to flip characters could mean that Critter has a hard time finding a tier 2 channeler to up herself to tier 3. And looks like Critter's gonna go ahead and fight Couladin. Picked up a well-turned calves as well. I think in farm adding. So both halves of the combo. Well, not combo, but the cancel duo there, with the well-turned calves and the smooth skirts. Whenever I have both of those in hand, my mind just says, attach, attach, attach. It's like never a good idea, because if you attach those cards, they just get disarmed and then killed. Because you think, oh, if I have them both attached, like, they can protect each other, yay! But, like, someone just buys a disarm follower and then they're dead. Back trail for Jessica? Okay, I guess it's just getting a level. Don't think Nynaeve was planning to go to 4 Kings. But maybe it's an accidental blammy. Alejandra are gonna bust out a, is it a messenger? I lost it. Got buried. Or was it a mount up? It might have been a mount up. I don't know. I'm getting confused. Oh no, that was a few turns ago. She's just moving. Not doing too well tonight, y'all. I mean, like, I'm good. I'm fine. I didn't think I'd get a smoke break, so I probably smoked a little too much before we started. That's basically where we're at, chat. Thanks for being here all with me. All along the way. Well, 10 cards. Is that a discard? Oh. Didn't have to discard. Kind of giving the knowledge away now. Might be the most important part of it. White bridge for Perrin. Continuing the slow journey home. You guys can't actually see chat. I keep typing jokes to them. I don't know why I'm doing that when you guys can't see it. Crit was saying, Jesus, this is a huge hand size. I said, do you know what they say about big hands? Long braids. Thanks, I'm here all week. How when Nori comes ripping off the top of the deck to greet Jessica, and she will take our friendly old crusty old man. Oh my god, I lost so many viewers with that joke. Where did you all go? I'm sorry, chat. It wasn't that bad, was it? I'm sorry. Yeah, the tavern row is looking empty. I mean, it's only too big. Gotta keep that in mind. But there's been a lot of enemies. Careful word added to Jessica's hand as well. Might be handy with the Aerith hanging around. Nynaeve did get off free channeling with an eavesdrop, so we might be about to see a Bond Warder take place. Is the music loud, Libra? I don't have my headphones on. Is it really loud or something? Is that better? Let me know. But yeah, people started asking me to play music, so I've been playing it for a while. It's like 4 different tracks just on a loop. Beslan getting recruited by Critter. Maybe didn't want to sacrifice the Ramshland to a Bond Warder. Cheers for calling out if it was too loud. That Bond Warder will come out now. Gonna have to be the Beslan. Can't sacrifice the Alejandra, being the same gender. Because, come on, you're not alone. Only she can do that. Yeah, each one of these tracks was produced by me. You know, I spent like at least a good 30 to 45 minutes working on each of them, so you get some real top elevator music as a result of that. And the Old Blood will get popped. Let's see if it gets cancelled. Smooth Skirts is available for Critter. I'm definitely Smooth Skirts in this if I'm in a seat. Who is my money on? Right now, I think Critter's in a better position. So it depends, because if she could run away with the game very easily if she just finds a quick tier 2 channeler. That Smooth Skirts is actually pretty nasty. It did come out as I called just a little earlier on the Old Blood, so it will set Jessica back a little bit, but she's still like not off to a slow start herself. I think like if it gets to a point where they're both around even, then my money's on Jessica. In an even game, my money's on Jessica on the Perrin, but it's just whether or not they can like keep that parity throughout the game. You know, as they start to get into this middle-ish portion, or if Nynaeve pulls ahead, or if she falls behind. It really does come down a lot to the variance of the tier 2 character deck. Which is just what happens when you pick Nynaeve. That's part of her. But Perrin will be moving at a solid pace. Like, yeah, you slowed down after the Old Blood, but you're still level 11 combined. You only need 7 more. Like, you're gonna get some more when you're walking out of here, and then it's not hard to get cards in this bottom portion of the board around Malden. You know, you can even buy levels if you have enough money at Abu Dar or Tyr. So, like, Perrin will always have fairly the same speed game, outside of things like Enter the Ways to help him get a head start or get back quicker. Perrin will always do his thing consistently. Nynaeve, that's the variance. And that's why it's such an unpredictable factor that I'm basically dancing my way around the question rather than actually telling you my answer. No, Chris, this is the first two-player league game, at least. I think there was a single two-player stream before, early on before the league began, just like a casual game to get some content on the channel. But yeah, this is the first competitive two-player game. It should be a really interesting matchup. Definitely keep an eye on things. Let me know if the stream gets choppy at any point as well for y'all, because it is telling me we're dropping frames every now and then, but I don't know. Like, YouTube's not throwing warnings at me, OBS is, which is unusual, because usually it's the other way around and YouTube, like, screams at you about everything. So yeah, let me know if the stream's alright. Again, trying 1080p today, so hopefully, like, moving forward, that'll be a consistent standard. You probably keep the careful word here. And you've picked up a refresh. Don't think I've seen a flip a tier 2 yet. She did go to Kyrian that turn. Oh no, she did. She flipped Altima and bought her. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Robin. I know how much coffee disasters can happen. Not too much. The smooth skirts did come out on the old blood, as I called. Perrin's sort of just leaving Emmons Field now. Nynaeve's on tier 2, ready to start looking for a channeler. And a careful word being used right this second to recruit Arena Half 4. Love to see it. Yeah, that's an interesting point brought up by Chris as well in the chat, that they do, other than skill, they're not sharing any attributes. And if Nynaeve isn't focusing on her skill, which at the minute it's not looking like she is, it could be a very competition-free game in terms of which cards these players are looking for. Of course, some channeling followers for Perrin could throw a wrench in the works in that regard, or Daystamar followers for that matter. And likewise from Nynaeve, but yeah, at least on the player boards, not much crossover other than the skill, which, as I know, it is low level for Nynaeve right now. Looks like a coercion came out, maybe, from Critter to take Talon War away. Interesting. Guess you want something to play the flanking? I don't know about that one. Being played by like Altima as well. Your guess is as good as mine, chat. Whitebridge for Perrin. Bait and trap, unfortunately, the draw not going to do much good. Did pick up a new recruits as well in Berlon on the redraw, I believe. Oh, is it not the careful word? Might not have been a careful word, it might have just been a straight recruit on Arena Half 4. Yeah, I don't know what the Talon War could be for. Like, she doesn't have any sacrifice stuff at the minute. Just a flanking, really. I mean, she can practice the forms to put him on 4, but then he still can't play the Unfold in the Fan, so that seems like a waste of time. It looks like she's heading straight to Jangai Pass, potentially. I don't mind bouncing between Jangai Pass and Kyrian as long as you are flipping tier 2 followers to try and find that channeler in Kyrian. Curry's actually going to say no Jangai Pass just yet. Move to Tavalon. Go to get flipping tier 2s here, Crow. Can't waste any more time. Because you never know how long it's going to take you once you do start. LVR in the first flip. Might be tempted to fight that one. -5 versus Nynaeve means that she's only currently level 7. Nynaeve currently has 6. So we'll be able to beat it with the flanking or with an arrow as a fighter. Flanking to draw 3 cards is pretty attractive if you ask me. I think I'd be taking that one. Talon War potentially paying off already. I guess if she plays flanking, she could then refresh into the practice to forms and then Talon Ball will be level 5. That could be pretty nice. Are we about to see like a power level Talon Ball? Is that what's happening? He was the first follower to show up this game after an onslaught of enemies, and thus the most coveted in the game, I guess. And hey, you know, there's that downside that I was saying Nynaeve can suffer of not being able to score as many points from fights in the early game. Suddenly, already a decent gap built up between the two here. 3 cards get drawn. Looks like a search party, a find allies that's useless, and a gateway. That one is nice. Discard the find allies. That's not Road's work as well. Also in the grip, the best great captain card. Confirmed. You heard it here first. She discarded the search party. Okay, I mean, it's probably like as unplayable as Find Allies, but Find Allies is a literal dead card for Nynaeve because she has an ability that does the exact thing Find Allies does. Just with less requirements on it. And, it's my favourite every time I get to play that one. I absolutely love it. I can't even hear it right now. You know what? I'm going to put my headphones on just so I can hear this and get some beautiful action with y'all. Yeah, that's right. Now I can actually time what I'm saying to fit in with the... Yeah, that's right. For now, though, nobody actually going to recruit, though. So, he's going to sit in the tavern drawer. Jessica's taking a look at... I had to get one more in, come on. She is going for the refresh. Nice. I actually kind of rate this. Like, we were all like, I don't know what she's going to do with the Talon Ball, and now she's got a level 5 Talon Ball. It's pretty cool. Like, she didn't just take it, she upgraded it. Now Jessica just needs to steal it back with a compelling argument real cheap and, like, you know, pimp my Talon Ball. Yeah, that was a kid's cheering for Pimp My Talon Ball. Someone needs to stop me. It looks like Jessica is going to go ahead and recruit. And what's more is, she even has Eggian in, so that's the second warder to pair with. I think I might have pressed the wrong one there, sorry guys. I'll stop going to town on Step In now. Step In! You ready for this unique treat, chat? There's a war now as well, but instead he flips over.
Step in.
For the second time
Oh,
this
right.
game
Sorry.
revealed from the deck. Oh, it scrolled so long to find that, but it was worth it. I'm glad I got the right clip. Just played some random clip over the top. Shit, is that replaying in the background? I'm all over the place today, y'all. I'm doing my best. So he's finds herself an Elysian. Not a bad one to have. Takes the shine off the Talon Var a little more. Probably gonna have to assume she's looking for a weave here. Mask of Mirrors. It's the one she finds. It's not a bad hand shaping up at all for Nynaeve now. Still just need to find those followers. Is that Paulstone? I think that was... might have been just an accident dragged onto the table or something. The Old Blood? I mean, she hasn't entered the ways in a portal stone, I guess. It feels so slow, though. Like, you have to spend a turn in Emmersfield doing nothing. I don't know how I feel about that. Might be a little too slow, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. It is 25%, like I keep saying. I think you probably have to discard this one. Keep pushing. Finds a Hearther for the trouble. Plenty of coin. Probably going to be tempted to recruit that one. Sean joining Jessica's team will mean it's a free pickup for her if it goes to the Tavern Row. Yeah, but you don't know you're safe getting out either, because your Portalstone could take you anywhere. Or if you Portalstone in, you don't know if you're going to get in. And then you might not have a way to get out. So, like... if it was double Enter the Ways, I'd be much more on it. With it being one of each, it's a bit more sketchy to me. Jessica just go ahead and pick up the Hearther along with some extra troops in tier. Gonna make sure she has more than a healthy stockpile of sword boys to start fighting with. Or sword girls. Or sword thems. Unidentified object of power for Nynaeve. Bit of a dead draw. And Elsa Penfell will get flipped. Probably gonna have to hit the discard pile. Don't think you want that smoke. I mean, she could use the arrows to kill it, but like... It doesn't feel like you're moving forward if you do that. You're giving Perrin the time that Perrin desperately needs to make sure that you don't run away with it. She's looking at her options. That's not how roads work. Could definitely disrupt a tier 3 Perrin as well. From getting to Malden. Or tier 2 Perrin about to get tier 3 at Malden. Elsa will get discarded. Lady Cheyenne, the follow-up. Slightly more profitable, Same strength and points, but you also get favour. Assuming she does play the arrows of fire. There it comes. So yeah, pretty much the same rate as Nelsa Penfold, but she got herself one deeper into the deck, which means she's that much closer to finding a channeler, which, you know, if you can have the same rewards, push one deeper, because Perrin ain't going to be flipping many tier 2s. Doesn't really have any purpose to while he's leveling up. So, Critter has her work cut out to burn through some tier 2s. Because there might be a channeler in the next 5, or there might be a channeler in the next 30. Sometimes it just shakes out that way. Enter the Ways will be the first play, so she is making sure to get home with that one. Doesn't have to sacrifice a follower due to the presence of multiple Ogier in her party. Does get a troop for the pleasure as well. She arrives in Emmonsfield, of course being a village. Nynaeve, on the other hand, still going to be bouncing around near these northern character-based locations to try and find that tier 2 channel. No tools in hand currently to help in the endeavour. Anything in the discard pile? Nothing in particular. She's just going to go ahead and flip in Kyrian, and it's right there, guys. We found it. That's certainly a year for Critter. Maybe not so much for Jessica. Adelaus will hit the discard pile. Should be able to recruit that next turn. Got more than enough resources. Gonna have to flip another character right away now, though. The follow-up is a Moraine. So, Critter now with the opportunity to pull ahead. Yes, Jessica went back to play the Old Blood again after picking it up at Adam Merc, doing the exact thing that I said you couldn't do earlier. I mean, technically you can do it, and Jessica's proving me wrong, but I didn't necessarily think it's the best idea. It does have the Paul's turn to get back out, and I had the Enter the Ways to get in, so it's a quick one. She's not running back and forth, at least. You guys not hearing me? You guys can hear me, right? I think that's just you, Bob. Yeah. Got me worried then for a second. You don't want the Nynaeve. Why would you take the Nynaeve? All that does is drain your resources. There's zero reason to take Moraine, not Nynaeve. Jessica might be playing catch up here now. But Critter not immediately set up for a fight, you know, once she gets the tier 3 next turn, she is still going to have to find herself some more tools to gear up for combat. Only the 1 Arrows of Fire, no Call Lightning, no tier 3 Weaves at all yet. So there is another varying spot for Nynaeve as she begins to look for those tier 3 Weaves where it could give Perrin a bit of a chance to catch up. To a point where Jessica too can start looking for these fights, and like strength wise she's already ready for it. It's just about getting those levels up to 18 now. And this Old Blood will go through. Well-turned Carve's not going to work on that one. Played by a male character. Not going to be much for that well-turned Carves to do this game. Unless Perrin starts relying on those followers more. I'm actually just going to run to the bathroom, guys. Apologise for this minor disruption, but the next turn all Nynaeve's going to do is pick up that Adelaus and maybe tap tier 3 and pick up the Arrows of Fire as an action. I don't hate that. Man, I should leave more often, the viewers went up. What up, Zach? I see you. I see you. Looks like Critter is still doing what I said she was gonna do when I left. So, okay, so it turns out they were actually asking me, but I'd stepped away. Critter put in the chat, James, am I cheating? In all capitals. I was like, no, you're doing what I called a few minutes ago. Hey, Zach, no spoilers. No spoilers for the parody song contest. Jessica not Paulson straight out. Finds an Eben Hotwell she can't recruit. Gonna discard the bait and trap, so maybe still planning to Paulstone next turn, but just wanted to redraw first. Unfortunately, Fur didn't find anything off it. That's not how that works. Yeah, just a little rules clarification. Yeah, with so basically Jessica discarded a card to redraw Bellon, drew her card, and then tried to discard another card to draw a second card. You have to do all your discards and then draw the same amount. You can't like stagger them. Hell yeah, make sure you spank that like button for RJ. Spank the sub button for the sub. Hovering a healing herbs. Looks like she moves to Kyrie, and honestly, I'm gatewaying to to Jangai Pass from Tav 1, but I'm super lazy. Like, I would definitely gateway to Miss Kyrian, but because you're gonna be going to Kyrian so much anyway. If you, I guess, if you don't, then you can gateway out of Jangai Pass rather than going to Kyrian. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Shariam the flip though. Hey Chris, maybe we'll see someone getting spanked tonight. The card is alive now, as is full box. If we see a full box tonight, I'll be happy. That'll be wild. It looks like she's thinking about fighting the Shariam using an arrows of fire to get the job done. Critter will go ahead and do that. You don't have to worry too much about Perrin competing over the arrows of fire, so you can kind of just throw that one out willy-nilly and scoop up some extra points with it, and it's already a sizable lead that's building up for Critter. At this point, I would say that my vote is in her camp. You know, she's got 18 points over Jessica right now. That's a medium to large Forsaken that she's cashed in on just on tier 2 fights. Critter definitely in a commanding position in this game. Jessica's gonna have to scramble to catch up a little, but she could very quickly take care of a Forsaken when she does get to tier 3, which on the other hand, Critter right now at least has no way of doing that. Backflip for Jessica's nice as well. 2 more levels in hand with the new recruits and the Borderlands training, but she's going to need a couple more actions too to get to those 18 levels that she needs for a 3rd tier. We'll see what Critter finds in Jangai Pass. Looks like it's a spine pole, so not what she was after, but we'll start to chip away at thinning the tier 3 deck of bad channeling cards, and eventually, you know, you can only draw bad ones for so long before you draw a good one, if you're not lucky enough to get a good one earlier. I see you, Wolf Brother. Even Valda flipped by Jessica. Bob, you can't ask me questions about Tarmon Gai'don. I'm not going to answer you, so... I mean, you can ask me questions, but I'm not going to answer you when it's regarding a match that we're both playing in. You won't get no hints from me today, Bob. If that is even your real name. And I know that it isn't, but I'm not going to dox you. We only do that to Jacobs. I can get away with that because I know you won't see it. Valda taken care of by Perrin though. You won't be hurting any more of your sisters. Yeah, alright, Egwene. If you say so. Spine portal. Critter will see the hand. Gets off another turn as well. We'll have a tier 3 ability back up by the time she spins for the spine portal, so possibly looking to gateway somewhere and pick up some weaves, but I don't think there's that many weaves to pick up really, so maybe just getting a better read on what Jessica's working with and how quickly she might be getting to tier 3 herself, how much time Critter has to work with. I kind of feel like you're resigned to just going to Kyrian though, because you have to repeat the Jangai Pass loop as much as possible. Possibly looking at an unidentified object of power. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything worth killing. Would presumably just run straight into Arena Half 4 trigger. Providing Jessica remembers. Sure, we'll just move to Kyrian. Probably just end up flipping a tier 1. Unless there's someone you want to recruit from the bin, but... I guess 2 is fine, because none of the Butcher's Bills are really gonna harm you that bad. 3 seems... That's a choice. That's a choice. Help me out here, chat. Flipping tier 3s with nothing. Nothing to help in a fight or help get out of a fight. Oh, she's got the Ramshalon. What am I talking about? I'm so dumb. It's not that bad. But, like, there's no profit to this. He says, this fucking gold ring comes up. I should just be quiet. I should just be quiet. Why am I even commentating? I gotta find a way to use Goldrain now. Get those extra troops in. Yeah, that was free, Chris. Free in Kyrian. Oh, recruited Eminent Wilder card with Halwyn there. Where's my help sack? What do you mean? Oh, you mean in the commentary booth? They've abandoned me. The chosen have revolted, and I struck them in their graves. It's a little custom song for you there. You can send payment to me on PayPal for that exclusive ditty. See what 90 finds. I'm just assuming she's going for a weave. It's a Blossoms of Fire! So, it's nice to welcome Critter into the ranks of Great Captain. Commiserations, Jessica. I mean, the game's not over yet, of course, but Critter is certainly sitting in a very, very comfortable seat right now. I think it's probably time to get another poll going. 9 votes in this one. 56% of the vote going to Jessica on the pairing, but 44 for Nynaeve on Critter. That's it's only a small gap. If you were split over this one, I think this one might edge a bit more to Critter if we're going off the current state of the game, but middle-eight-ish. polish. It's probably a good time to make a random announcement that I will be actually disbanding the Chosen next year. They started out as a way to host games when Third Age wasn't publicly available, and I didn't necessarily trust everyone with having a save of it, so I distributed it to those people I did trust, and they became moderators of a sort, Chosen, and they hosted games for people. Since it's been made public, obviously we don't need that anymore, and anyone's going to be able to commentate next year. If you want more details on that, check out the new League R&R document that got posted. Anyone can sign up to commentate now, so really the role that the Chosen had filled into was commentators, and yeah, that's going to be available to everyone, so the distinction of Chosen has sort of lost its relevance. And whilst I thank all of them for being wonderful members of the community, I think they can still continue to be wonderful members of the community without having that Chosen tag on there, and come to the aid of new players whenever they want it. You know, there were never really any official duties associated with the Chosen anyway, so... No more Chosen in 2023. There's one here right now though, that's Lanfear. The first Forsaken of this game being discovered by Critter. Not sure if she's going to be able to take that one on. She has 12 combat strength. And a Blossoms of Fire, which will put her down to 13. Can't get all the way there. Gonna have to Ramshel on it, unfortunately. Any way she could get it? Don't think there is. I can't see any way. This is why I feel like it was a bit dangerous to flip. It's like one more turn, you could have picked up an Arrows of Fire to go with this Blossoms and you'd win the fight. Now the Lanfear's on the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, not big on that. I mean, she's still in a solid position. Jessica picked up a charge. Nice draw, but not necessarily the best at getting those levels up. Does just need 3 more now, so has the tools in hand if she decides to go with the charge. Oh, it's Critter forgotten about Ramshalan, right, okay, yeah, well I haven't hovered it or anything, so... But I can't imagine she would have been flipping tier 3s if she had forgotten about Ramshalan. That seems like it would have been... just needlessly risky in such a high stakes game. I'll be back in one moment, stream while they're resolving whatever's going on with this Lanfear. Wow, so it looks like she didn't remember the Ramshalan. Or opted not to use it. Oh, it ignores her! She never started the fight! I'm so stupid! She has less than 5 days to mar. Oh my god. And that's not Rhodes' work? Coming out on Jessica now as she's moving to Kyrie N? I don't know about that. Yeah, Lanfear ignores, I was just like, I was looking at her days to mar level to see she'd been set back to 1 and she hadn't, and I was like, wait, what? Oh, right, yeah. Doesn't have to fight in the first place. Not quite. Yes, Lanfear is in Kyrian. Make her a little bigger. No, because place. Just some rules clarifications asking there. The Seal Bean? Is that like the Sean Bean? If Peter Connell was played by Sean Bean, that would be hilarious. Val and Luca flipped over by Jessica and Tarvalon. Picked up a rally as well, so that will be not bad for her to get an extra level in. 6, 10, 15... Yeah, I got that it was nameless backwards, Robin. I'm not stupid. I was just making a joke. Thanks for Robin explaining that for me. Played by Mr. Bean. Wait, no. I want you know how they do like movies on famous people, like the Rocket Man and shit like that. I want the life story of Sean Bean, where Sean Bean is played by Mr. Bean. That's what I want now. Somebody make it happen. There's gotta be Sean Bean's life story, not played by Rowan Atkinson, played by the character Mr. Bean. Just go to Tavalon. Draw an arrows of fire and then flip a Forsaken. Just every time he dies in a movie, it's like those weird Mr. Bean sounds. It's like... little bit of a tangent there as these players decide what they're doing. Goldrian is going to play an unidentified object of power. Don't know what she's going to target with that one. Looks like Ebon Hopwell. Will Jessica remember her arena half-or will Ebon Hopwell hit the dust? Looks like he's going to hit the dust. I feel like Jessica feels that there's something that she's missing, but the way she was like moving around her cards then. Ooh, she's gonna go for the Lanfear. Who needs tier 3? Jessica is on 22 combat strength with charge in hand. Oh, actually, she can just get it with her followers. That's insane. Harther's making 2 points. One for himself, one for Aerith. Steppin's making 2 points. One for himself, one for Egianin. Jessica on Perrin at tier 2 snapped Lanfear's neck like it was nothing. And that's the first Forsaken of the game down. And Jessica shooting into the lead ahead of her tier 3 counterpart. Cleaning up after Nynaeve, which is what I said. It's what I said. Perrin has a way in this matchup if he can let someone else fail and then clean up afterwards. That's Jessica's best route to victory. And she's showing here she is not to be messed with. Finds a grey man after Enchirion. Gets to use that Borderlands training too. It's a straight value for Jessica. You love to see it. Only 3 Forsaken in this game as well, y'all. It's going to be quick and dirty going to the finish line here. And yeah, without a Shidar So apparently Jessica's drunk. I don't know if that's accurate or a joke. But that's what she said. Maybe she didn't even realise she wasn't tier 2. And that she was still tier 2. She just saw Lanfear and was like, oh yeah, I'll accommodate that. Lanfear, Demandrid on the other hand. Now Critter will be able to fight it if she plays the Unfold in the Fan here. Otherwise he's going to go up to Tarwin's Gap. But she does have that Unfold in the Fan. He's 29. She's currently on 14. So halving him would put him to 15. Arrows of Fire would make the rest of the distance, assuming Jessica has no cancels. And we as the viewer know that she does not. The Critter isn't privy to the same information. She's checking out the Unfold in the Fan. Gonna use no Elysian to play it. Kinda would have preferred Talonball, but I don't suppose it makes much of a difference. Not gonna have the opportunity to Robin. Because Critter is gonna say, oh, you kill her for a second? Cool, I can do that. I can do that. He would go to Tywin's Gap, Chris, but the Unfolding the Fan cancelled it. So she gets to fight instead. And then Arrows of Fire, Blossoms of Fire, all of the fire, heading straight into Mandred's direction. So yeah, it is definitely going to be a competition for this last one, and I have to say, with 1, 2, 3 turns, Nynaeve's going to be able to pick up the arrows and the blossoms. I don't know that Jessica can get ready for another fight in anywhere near the same amount of time. So unless Critter dawdles and messes around a bit, I'd say my vote's still with her at the minute. Rally coming out for Jessica. We'll straighten her followers and get an extra level. Gonna have to think it's new recruits coming up next. 17 levels in a minute, so that will be the 18th. Along with a few more troops in the bag. See what Critter decides to do with the couple of off turns where she's waiting for that tier 3 to recharge. You know, I don't hate using the gateway, going to Haddon Merc and picking up a spine portal, playing it on the next turn so that your ability refreshes, then moving to Arangil and picking up the blossoms and the arrows. It means you just recover 1 turn quicker basically if you go for the spine portal. And I don't know that you're doing anything bigger or better in that time. But you are going to only have 11 points if you haven't built any troops up, so maybe there's an argument that you should be building troops up instead. Tavalon, I don't really think suits either of those purposes and doesn't move you towards a location where you're going to be able to draw a couple of actions from the discard piles, so I'm not sure how I feel about that one. But we'll see how it works out for Critter. So far, it's been going pretty well for her, regardless of what I've been saying. I didn't see what happened there. She take back what she was doing, maybe. Not going to Tavalon. Guess she hadn't resolved any of it. Went to Kyrian. Wait. Just a little bit of confusion about Critter's position. She thought she'd moved, and she had, but then for some reason was moved back. Just good to get clarification on these matters. Will be a free loyal, of course. Oh, no, sorry, not free loyal. He's not free at away gates. He's free if you have leadership 5. Wonder if Jessica's going to portal stone next turn, because it could take her straight to Malden and circumvent. Oh no, then that's not how roads work. It's already gone. What am I talking about? Yeah, I wonder if she'll portal stone. The thing is, if it goes wrong, so badly wrong, but like, I don't know if you have the luxury of waiting to do it a different way at this point. I think like you might just have to take a risk and hope it pays off. Can't afford that. Oh, my bad. Yes, I am Chaos Jessica. Yeah, apparently she already deleted her resources for oil, so that's why, And here comes that risk from Jessica. Ooh, it's heads! So Jessica will get to Malden. I don't know, Crit's still 2 turns away from looking like she'll be able to pick anything up, and she needs to get somewhere near the actions if she's going to be able to pick up the arrows and the blossoms. So it does give Jessica a little bit of a chance. She's still got that charge in her hand. 6 combat strength can come from that with the military levels that she currently has. If she maybe, I don't know, jumped to Falmer, she'd be on 16 plus 6 from the charge. 4 over here. It's like 26. It's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe not enough, but maybe jump to Haddon Merc, pick up 1 more card, and then, oh yeah, if the card's good at Falmer. Definitely some things to play for. Still, this is not a decided game by any stretch of the imagination. Nynaeve is positioning herself to be next to Arangil, which will put her on pressure of being able to start looking for a fight in 2 turns. Not that that necessarily means she'll find one. Two turns. She's moving to Arangil next turn. The turn after that, she's looking for a fight. So you've got 1 turn to prepare and then look for a fight. Yeah, I was thinking about Qatar, but then Nynaeve gets to look for a fight 1 turn before you. So it's whether you want to, like, risk that going wrong, which personally I wouldn't. Weird as it is, I think the play might be to jump to Haddon Merc, get an extra troop and a flanking, then buy a military level at tier, get 2 more troops. That'll put her on 8, plus 5. Oh no, because then she'll have the double strength in tier. Yeah, it's rough. I honestly don't know. But yeah. If you go flanking tier, you're on 13, 16. 2 more levels there. You're on 24. She goes to Qatar. We'll see what she finds. If the draws are good enough, she might be able to. Eesh, that's not good. A cut weaves, a false trail, and a new squire. Nothing to play the cut weaves with now either. It's that's rough. Okay, this is not what I was expecting, and it changes the entire game. Nynaeve going to Jangai Pass and finding the Void. Okay, it actually doesn't change that much. It could have changed the entire game. If that draw was anything other than the Void, she would have still needed much more time to recover. But the fact that it's the Void means that she can use it alongside her tier 3 to just draw the cards that she needs. Which basically puts her on a hunt clock now. So pressure's against it. False trail from Jessica will put her in Falmer this turn. Might give her a chance to look for a fight. She'll be on 17 base. Got the charge for an extra 6. That's 23. 27 with help from Steppin and... Oh, she's moving back to Qatar. Never mind. Guess she figures she has more time now, but that's not the case, and the draw's not good. No, I don't agree with that one. I think there should have been a Falmer turn. Needs to pick up an extra troop as well. Just rough sequence of draws for Jessica there. I have to imagine he's going to start flipping with the Void in hand. You can pick up arrows and blossoms. That puts you on pretty much like 30 combat strength. But no, she's going for the Val. Going for the Petra. Free Petra. Because she has Val and Luca. Petra. I don't know. I don't know what Critter's doing. Is she giving Jessica a chance into the game? You're not going to have double combat strength here, Jessica, so... I'm going for a tier 2, finds Tamil 4. So free follower, but... kind of stalled here. I feel like both players wasting time when they could be digging. Fairly soon, folks, we are going to have our 5th great captain, Call Lightning, found by Jessica. Adding up the Marine now. Wait, why did she get a Call Lightning? From the Howwin Nori. When she recruited. Tam. She's been good at using that Nori. Got a few uses out of him so far. Nynaeve's gonna head to Arendelle now. Not even gonna bother with the Void. Just gonna pick him up at Arendelle the old-fashioned way. Don't think I like that either. I think it just, you know, it adds an extra turn to the process. You've got the Void, you don't need to add an extra turn to the process. You can just do it anyway. But I guess she goes for just one card. The Blossoms doesn't take the arrows. Which means she's only got 9 combat strength plus the Blossoms to half someone. She can't kill her second. Grand Conspiracy as well. Suppose you can kill a couple things off, but it's not exactly what you want to be doing at this portion of the game. Jessica are going to jump to Haddon Merc. Like, guys, they're throwing me for a loop here. I have no idea what this game has turned into. It seemed like such a cut and dry, simple game so far at this point. Nynaeve doing Nynaeve things, Perrin doing Perrin things. And now at the end, they've both just sort of gone. Unfold the fan picked up by Jessica? They're having too much fun, Robin's saying. Neither of them wants to win. Maybe. They just wanted a little more screen time. They can't tie. There's no way to tie. One player would win over killing two Forsaken. Okay, looks like a grand conspiracy. 17. Two, 4, 6. Plus 11. I think you leave with the Eggianin and the Tam. Well, it also takes out a bit of the combat potential from Jessica, because the step-in and the Heartho will provide in 4, so... Yeah, it's pretty much what I was calling for a second ago. Well, it's exactly what I was calling for a second ago. So, the correct choice is being made on the Grand Conspiracy there. It gets deleted afterwards. Don't know whether she'll remember the trigger on the Galdrin there. Don't think she had already picked them up. No, she hadn't, because I was talking about her being on 9 combat strength anyway. So she should have 2 more troops, but don't know if she has caught that. She's just typing something at the minute. Asking if she gets to level up a Daystamar. Didn't pick up the troops. Perrin moved to Arundel. Finds a cut weaves and a protective cocoon. Deck's kind of trolling Jessica at this point. I imagine she's having a bit of a moan. And Adam Merc for 9E. What, you gonna pick up the Arrows of Fire that you should have picked up before? She's not even going for a weave. No, not enough for Moraine. Only 2 favour over there. Challenge on her, but nothing to play it with anymore. This is a bit of slow asphyxiation on display from Critter. Very methodical, not rushing, but just closing out any path of any path that she can of Jessica to make it back into the game. Camlin flipping a tier 1 is Aram. I don't think you do recruit him, but she is gonna. I think Nynaeve might be looking for a fight next turn. Is going to get 2 more troops if she moves to tier this turn, though. And that will put her on 12, 17 with the arrows of fire. I mean, she can take out anything at 34 or less. So basically anything but a Shaidaharan or a Moradin. Is hers. If she can find one, of course. 2 flips. So, Grendel, that we can actually show on stream now. Less titties, as discussed in the previous competitive league stream. That is going to exhaust the full team for Critter. Unless she uses Ramshalan, but I can't imagine she would use Ramshalan, because she can kill Grendel and win the game. And I don't think that there's anything Jessica can do about it. Blossoms of Fire comes first, Arrows of Fire follows up, Grendel is a pile of ash. And the third Forsaken is down. Guys, we've still got the last battle left to count up here. But allow me to be the first to say, we have a new great captain, and her name is Critter. I am actually just going to head straight into the chat with them.
Victory point for every 3 coins. That's you.
Are you guys okay?
I'm counting. Hold on.
Shut up. Shut up.
Sorry.
I have to delete my troops. Each favor. Action card. At least 7. That is the highest. This is the highest scoring game I've had in centuries. And then 2 attribute levels.
Centuries might be a bit of a...
15. So that's rounded down as 7. Okay. I'm done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, Critter.
Good job, Jessica. That was so lucky that I flipped a Forsaken there. Good game. You did really well.
So did you.
You actually drunk, Jessica?
I mean, I'm on drink number 3, and that felt like judgment, but...
No,
Whoa.
not judgment. I'm just surprised. Like, I thought you would have been like, locked in coffee and all that jazz.
Sometimes you need a little like
Friday night.
Yeah, a little
lubrication.
confidence juice.
It's
Bit of confidence
Yeah.
juice.
yeah, it's Friday night before New Year's Eve.
No,
on
you're
the
not
week
wrong.
Between
You're not wrong.
vacation.
I'm not judging
Yeah.
you at all. Don't worry.
She's doing it right.
Welcome
is
to do
what
it how
we're
we want to do it.
is the theme.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm genuinely drunk, but I would say that I went for the relaxed mode instead of the hyped mode.
Well, I hope you had a fun game anyway. You certainly look
did.
smiley enough. Not that my stream can see you, but I can now. And yeah, Critter, you're a great captain.
Feels pretty great. Thank you. And again, I said this off stream, but I wanted to thank you for giving Jessica and I and the other two who couldn't make it, unfortunately, the opportunity to become great captains in this last Cyndane battle. Feels pretty good.
It was well deserved from all of you. I thought you all had great performances throughout the year and deserved that one last shot. And yeah, you've made the most of it here. Have you any idea what card you might want to design?
Oh, not at all. I'll have to think about it like real hard.
And how ready are you feeling for Tarmon Gai'don next week?
You mean like this week, right? Isn't it Sunday?
Like it's in 2 days.
Yeah. That's what I said.
So I feel good about it. I mean, it's nice to have this practice, and it's nice to play somebody who's not Matt. So I'm like a little more used to other people.
Well, surprised by the 9eve pick at the top of the game.
Matt's been not serving me very well lately.
Yeah.
Also, I just find that like my biggest motivation for picking her over Matt this time is that in league games, I feel like there's just more randomness with Matt's progression than there is with 9eve's, and that just might be a feeling I have. But
That is a hot take.
Well, it is. It's like trying to get the male followers that you could just get completely effed, like just completely, and not get to do anything. And that's happened to me. And so
I
this
gotta
way,
say though, like I really thought you were gonna go for 9eve today. I had a hunch
You
you were gonna
did?
go for 9eve today. Yeah. And I think mostly because you had such a rough Matt game
I did.
when we played last week.
That's true.
I
That's true.
did. I did have a rough one. And I had a question for you, Jessica. I feel like I made a mistake, and correct me if I'm wrong. If I would have gotten rid of Hartha or Steppen, would you have still been able to beat Lanfear?
I had another card in my hand.
Okay,
So
great.
unless you would have had a cancel, yes, I would have beat her.
Yeah.
I
Should've
wouldn't
charged
have
though.
beat her the first time. So the first time when that's not how roads work, I might not have beat her, but the second time after that's not how roads work, I definitely would have beat her regardless.
Okay. That makes me feel better, because after the fact, I was like, son of a, like, literally, like, you had 2 Ogier that I kind of missed because Aerith or whatever the
Yeah, that was
girl, I
a
always
sneaky
kinda-
little 4CS there that you... So I was like, oh, she's gonna play the charge, she gets the fight, and then you just start tapping your followers. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it. And then also you had...
I felt like I couldn't leave Lanfear there undone because you
Yeah.
already had a significant point lead from all the little fights you had taken. So I'm like, I
Mhm.
have to take Lanfear and prioritize her over my tier 3.
Oh, that was
there
a
was
great
another
moment,
thing.
for sure.
There was another thing I needed to ask you, James. Can you gateway into the same place?
No, if it's a move, you have to move. You can place
Ooh,
yourself in the
okay.
same spot. If it's move,
Well,
you
that's
have
what
to move. Yeah.
If it says, all right, good, because I was going to do that. I was literally like, what if I somehow, like, tapped what's-his-face to get myself 2 troops, simultaneously gatewaying myself into the same spot? Like, that's why I took so long in that turn, because I was like, if I could do 2 things at once, because I was mid-battle, I was like, I don't have a reaction that I could do with him, unfortunately. Otherwise, I totally would, and I would have done it, but obviously I wouldn't have, because the gateway doesn't work the way I was hoping it was going to work. So I'm glad I didn't try it and reveal like half my hand.
Well, it was a very well played game anyway, and once again, congratulations and commiserations, Jessica. Though I don't think you seem that sad about it. You're happy that your friend got it.
Yeah, I'm
good. Got
No.
someone to root for
It
in
was-
the last battle.
Yeah, and it was great to get a one-on-one with Critter.
That
Yeah,
was
the
super fun.
first competitive 1v1 game. It's a great show
Yeah.
from you.
I liked it. I could play more 1v1s. It seems like in the Discord, you guys are all like, oh, it's just a 1v1, I'll pass. But that was kind of fun. And maybe it's because of the company. It might have been because
There's
of the
a heavy
company.
caveat on who is in the 1v1,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Okay.
Jessica,
okay,
do you
fair
have
enough.
something to say to a particular player right now?
No, I am all about the holiday cheer, and
Okay.
2023 is a brand new year.
A brand new year, 4 more quarters to try again. I'm
Mhm.
sure you'll be up there with the best the entire way. I'm gonna go ahead and
For
close
sure.
out the stream. Critter, stay active online, just message-wise, because I have a couple things I need to just mention. Or
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, thanks for playing,
Jessica,
guys.
will you hang in for a sec? Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
Bye, James.
And of course, that's going to be all from us tonight, folks. If you've enjoyed the stream, be sure to spank the like button, do it for RJ, and spank that sub button too, because subs love being spanked, and it's the right thing to do. If you're watching this back later, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of this match and how excited you are for Tarmon Gai'don, which is coming not next week, but in 2 days' time, on New Year's Day. 5 great captains will be competing, and 1 will walk away the champion of the light 2022. Till then, Tai Shah. We'll see you next time.